Hello, I'm Mick Garris, and welcome to Trailers from Hell. Today's trailer is for a movie that I saw in the drive-in in its initial release back in San Diego, and it takes place in San Diego, so it was the perfect place to see it. This is Wicked Wicked in anamorphic duo vision.
First it was color. Then
The big
sound.
selling point for MGM's release of Wicked Wicked was duo vision. No glasses needed. This is this spectacular new process that would revolutionize Hollywood. You know, they talk about this trailer. The introduction to the trailer is total bullshit. It says you need special projection equipment to show it. Well, basically, it's just split screen all the way through. It's a widescreen anamorphic movie with a line down the middle, and on either side of that line you have two different shots. Sometimes they're coverage for the same scene, sometimes it's seeing what's going on in one place and something that's going on in another place at the same time. There are people who believe that it was shot as a standard film and that it was so leaden that they needed to jazz it up a little bit. The whole idea apparently was inspired by De Palma's Sisters, which used plentiful split screen work in there. It was made in 1973, and the writer-director Richard L. Baer, I think this is the only feature film he ever made, but he did tons and tons of series television. He directed a lot of Twilight Zones, including the classic To Serve Man, one of my favorites, but he also directed just about every episode of Green Acres. So this is a very versatile filmmaker, but it's almost all of it was, you know, it was The Virginian, Petticoat Junction, 77 Sunset Strip, which is certainly the reason why Ed Kooky Burns is in this film too. This is the last thing he directed before the very final thing was a TV series called Faraday and Company. The movie mainly takes place at the Hotel del Coronado, which is a very famous hotel. You've seen it in a lot of movies. It was in Some Like It Hot, it was in The Stuntman. Tiffany Bowling was the main reason I wanted to see this movie, other than it was being sold like a horror film, whereas it was really kind of a cheesy mystery. Tiffany Bowling had done a couple of movies at that time, but she'd also done tons and tons of television. But the main attraction was her Playboy spread. That made her famous amongst my college mates and I. And so a Tiffany Bowling movie that was a horror movie with corpses in the attic was the main selling thing. She kind of was a low-budget sex symbol briefly in this and in Centerfold Girls and Wild Party. And again, the main reason I sought it out. The music, 35 years after this movie was made, I still remember Wicked, Wicked, that's the ticket. Well, it was written, that song, it burrows into your brain like an earwig, and it was written by a guy named Irwin Levine, who also wrote songs for the Partridge Family and had huge top 40 hits with Tony Orlando and Don with Knock 3 Times and Tie a Yellow Ribbon. So quite a pedigree that no one else on this film seemed to have.